Hey everybody, Alex here, out of the Park 21 Pittsburgh Pirates franchise, episode number 33. We are here today to start the 2024 season. We will play opening day here in just a moment. We'll be taking on Tyler Glasnow, former Pirate, former Ray, now with the Chicago Cubs. But before we do that, I do want to go over some spring training results, a couple of roster moves that have been made that are important to pass along to you guys. As you guys may have seen on the last screen, look at our injuries through spring training. A couple of them did come up. Two of them fairly insignificant. Stephen Ailmus will begin the season on the injured list. I could have kept him active, but I decided to give some younger guys an opportunity. So Ailmus will temporarily go on the IL with a back spasm issue. Cole Tucker got hurt relatively early in spring training back on March 7th, so he's going to miss couple of weeks. We'll probably start him in AAA to begin the year as his rehab assignment, so he can kind of knock off some of the rust he couldn't during spring training. One big injury we did suffer was Junior Mises. He has shoulder inflammation. This was a day after the Tucker got hurt, so he's going to miss probably majority, if not the entire season, by the time he gets back on his rehab assignment and all that. Maybe comes back in September. Should we, just be punting on the season and have an opportunity to look at a younger guy, so that's disappointing. Although Mitch Keller back in only 7 weeks, so I thought when he first got hurt, it would be maybe a All-Star break trade deadline kind of deal return for Mitch Keller. He should be back earlier than that. Again, he'll have to go on rehab assignment, probably use up that entire time because he hasn't pitched in so long. But hopefully we get him back 2 months from now, April, May, maybe middle of June is kind of our target for Mitch Keller. Two trades we made during spring training. One of them, this is probably the less significant move. Just got a pitcher and arm here, Dave Cerna from the Royals. Ground ball pitcher, throws good heat, controls pretty low, 24, so he's not as far along as I want him to be right now, though we'll continue to scout him some more. But four interesting pitches, and somebody that was, decent in A-ball 2 years ago, not as good last year, but he's durable, and so I figured, worth to try to get the arm. The guy we traded for was outfielder Brennan Davis, and he did the whole met the guru kind of thing, and it sounded like he didn't really care about baseball as much, and so decided to deal Davis because we have a lot of outfield depth right now, both on the major league roster and minor leagues guys coming up through the system. So Davis was someone I decided to flip. He did okay last year, 105 games, almost 70 starts at 247, 108 OPS plus, a 1 WAR, so it wasn't bad, 11 home runs, but I'm seeing some regression, and just given how stacked we were in the outfield, I figured I would let him go, and he is now a member of the Royals. Also gave up this second baseman who is pretty insignificant, just a guy that wasn't going to do much in my system. The more significant deal we did make was with the Rockies to acquire catcher Colton Kessler, who, again, want to scout some more, but a really interesting guy, potentially could play some first base ultimately as well. The infield ratings aren't great, but given that he's 6'3", that should help. A lot of power, rare power, a good bat for a catcher at 279 and high A-ball last year, 130 OPS plus. Defensively, it's not great. It's average to a touch below, but he's a team leader. I like the home run power, and that's just hard to find catchers that can hit. And so that's a guy we wanted to acquire, one of the better catchers in our system, and we ended up giving up a starting pitcher that a lot of people had interest in. A lot of people were asking me and giving me trade offers for this guy, Cameron Junker. And so I figured let's try to make a deal. Now, I actually just shopped him around. I just hit the shop around button. I rarely do that, but did that with Junker, tried to see what deal I could get. And so I got that catcher. And so this guy's a decent prospect, but I don't like low movement pitchers. I don't like low movement pitchers, especially who are extreme fly ball tendency. PNC is a neutral-ish park, but I'd rather have pitchers that keep the ball in the yard because it's not a big park. So it's not that a Camden Yards or Yankee Stadium kind of deal, but I just don't like pitchers who give up home runs in general. And although he was good 2 years ago in AA and AAA last year, had an ERA of over 5, really saw some regression there. He may be a good bullpen arm, and in Colorado, good luck with that low movement. I mean, that's on Colorado, but I really like this catcher we got, and if we need to have this an injury or whatever the case is a year or two down the road, Kessler may make his way to the majors. Do want to look at preseason predictions for the Pirates and around Major League Baseball. Take a look at the AL top teams are predicted to be the Blue Jays, the Royals narrowly over the Tigers, and the Houston Astros. Worst teams projected to be the Oakland Athletics. See the top hitters, very familiar faces: Mike Trout, Vlad Jr., some of those guys continue just to rank. Let's see how Vlad Jr. is doing in this universe. Amazing. The down year is 318. That's the down year for Vlad Jr. What I would kill for a guy like that. Blake Snell, now a member of the Padres in real life, still with Tampa Bay here. Casey Mize, another guy. Looks like he had a pretty good spring training and a really strong 2023 with the Tigers. And in the NL, top teams are the Atlanta Braves, the Milwaukee Brewers, and the San Diego Padres. As you can tell, we are projected to have the worst record in the NL and all of baseball at 65 and 97, 35 games back from the Brew Crew, who really loaded up this offseason. See your numbers here. It looks like, average-wise, we're projected to actually have the best average of any team in baseball, but only 663 runs because we are not a power-heavy type team. You see 153 home runs projected, and the pitching is projected to be really abysmal. We generally do better than these predictions, but given that I'm kind of in a rebuild mode for this year, at least, I don't think we're going to be a very strong team this year, and it'll probably be our worst year of the series so far. For the top hitters and pitchers, no Pirates appear on this list. Again, a lot of Dodgers, as you can tell. Gavin Lux is one of the best players in baseball. He's just so good. Juan Soto as well. In the NL Central, there is Herrera and Dylan Carlson for hitters. And then pitchers, Steven Strasburg, although he's injured a lot, still has a lot of talent. Mike Soroka, Walker Buehler, Hinkle here for the Reds. I'm not sure why he's one of the best. I guess there was a reliever, maybe. Not really sure how they're projecting him out here. But those are the top hitters and pitchers projected for 2024. And quickly here, a look at our lineups and pitching staff for the season. These will be our lineups to start the year. Brian Reynolds leading off, followed by Taylor Walls. Once Tucker gets back, he'll be the shortstop. Keep Brian Hayes hitting third. Ernie Ordonez fourth, hitting cleanup at first base. Nick Castellanos in right. Again, probably flip him at the deadline. Kevin Newman hitting sixth after a down year last year. Trace Pereira, the catcher. He'll split time really evenly with Jonah Heim. And Enrique Branfield will make his major league debut in the first game here. He'll hit eighth in center field as a really strong defensive guy and someone who should get on base at a pretty decent clip. On the bench here, Jordan Wogu, we're trying to teach him how to play first base. It's a slow process, but I think I can get there. He'll play some outfield as well. Tyler Frank will stay on the Major League roster to start until some of these guys get back. Taylor and Elmas, so he'll begin the year with the Pirates. Had a good spring training and did really well in 22 starts last year. And Lolo Sanchez had a really impressive spring training. Wasn't sure if he was going to make the roster heading into things, but although the average came down at the very end, he was hitting for over 300 for the majority of spring training, and so he'll be the backup outfielder. He can play all three spots, and as a pinch runner, although he gets thrown out quite a bit. You see some of the caught stealing numbers here. Not as good as these numbers seem to indicate, but he'll be our backup outfielder to begin the season. There's also, by the way, Nick Decker. Can't forget about Nick Decker. He'll start the year with the Pirates as well. Pitching staff looks rough, especially with the starting rotation. I don't know if I'm going to go with Musgrove quite yet for the opening day. I guess maybe he should on seniority, but I really don't like Joe Musgrove. He's not going to pitch well for us. I go with Adrian Hauser, another guy we'll probably trade here at the deadline. We traded for last year. We went through arbitration with him. Trey Riley from the Rule 5 draft did pretty well in spring training. Also have J.J. Goss and Gage Hins. Cody Bolton will start the year in the minors after a pretty rough spring and just not crazy about his prospects after a really impressive rookie year. Kind of been all downhill since. New closer this year is Will Klein. See how he does in his first full year in the majors. Pitched 22 innings last year. Did okay. The BABIP was high. I think that'll normalize a bit. Control hopefully could go up a little bit more, but not looking too strong right now. But he'll replace Nick Birdie, who, as you remember, has been traded to the Boston Red Sox. We'll check on Birdie actually here in a second. And then we have David Bednar, Brad Weeks, another trade candidate at 32 years old. Lefty we can flip at the deadline. Gabe Spear will be up temporarily probably. He's out of options actually, so he may get traded. I don't know what's going to go on with him. In long relief, Logan Gillespie will be our long reliever, emergency starter. He did not have a good year last year, but we'll see how he does in the second year in the majors. There's also Jackson Kowar. Chris Clark will make his major league debut this season. We traded for him in the Quinn Priester deal. Priester is still hurt with that torn UCL. And Santiago Flores did pretty well for us last year in 52 innings, sub-3 ERA. Did not have a great spring, but I'm excited about him as well. And here's a quick look at Nick Birdie. He's healthy, which is good. Looks like his spring was okay, not great, not terrible. He had no injuries, so good for him as he is now shipped off to Boston. Oh, and by the way, I guess I should mention we went 16-12 in spring training, off to a really hot start, like 9-10-0, and then kind of faded the rest of the way. But that was spring training. No one did super great or super terrible, so not really a whole lot to note there, and kind of meaningless when it comes to the spring training stats anyway. And last thing here I should look at is show you guys team chemistry, a window we don't go to too often, but a lot of captains, a lot of leaders, no one upset or disruptive, whatever you want to call it here for the clubhouse. So that is a quick look at team chemistry. All right, we are here at opening day lineups to start the 2024 season. Home debut for your Pittsburgh Pirates, 38,000 plus at PNC Park. Chilly day, 46 degrees. Let's look at opening lineups, starting with your Pittsburgh Pirates. Leading off, Bryan Reynolds. He may float between the 1 and 2 hole this year, with Taylor Walls at shortstop. In for the injured Cole Tucker, who missed the first 2 weeks or so of the regular season. Ke'Bryan Hayes hitting third, Ernie Ordonez fourth, Nick Castellanos fifth, Kevin Newman sixth, Trace Barrera, the catcher seventh. Enrique Branfield will make his Major League debut hitting eighth, and we did decide to go with the veteran Joe Musgrove on the hill for the home opener, opening day for the Pittsburgh Pirates, just as a show of tenure in the long contract, although this will probably be Joe Musgrove's final year with the Pirates, and I do not have much confidence in him today. For the Chicago Cubs, some familiar names, some ex-Pirates near the top of the lineup for Chicago. Nomar Mazara, Josh Bell, and some other familiar names as well. Ian Happ, Wilson Contreras, Chris Bryant hitting just sixth right now. A lot of guys who are having success against Musgrove, including Contreras, and on the hill, as we mentioned earlier, Tyler Glasnow, the ex-Pirate, former Ray, coming off a couple of just ridiculously good seasons with the Rays, and so we'll have to deal with Glasnow today. Let's take you out to PNC Park for opening day. All right, let's start the 2024 season. Cubs leading off, it is shortstop Jeffrey Marte here for 2024. Thank you guys for being back with us. Hopefully we'll have a good season, maybe surpass expectations, as Marte will fly out to Bradfield, who record his first out of his Major League career. Nomar Mazara, traded fourth deadline last year from the Rangers, did reasonably well as he will pop that up in the foul territory, caught by Barrera. And Josh Bell, former Pirate, as you guys know, in real life and in out of the park. I think he's on the trade block here right now in out of the park, and so we'll see if he gets moved at the deadline. The Cubs not expected to be a very good team this year, neither are the Pirates, so this could be a battle of the basement to start off the season. Musgrove goes 1-2-3 against the Cubs, so we'll go bottom first. Pirates' first chance to bat this year. I think our bats are better than people give us credit for, at least in the sim, the projection of it, as Bryan Reynolds proves me right here momentarily with a double down the line. It's a nice job there for Reynolds, and this is without Cole Tucker and some other injuries we have, and so I'm excited about this team this year. I think we can do better than the 65 wins we were projected to get. Not a lot of power, and that's always been the issue with this Pirates team, and the power isn't a whole lot better this year, although the additions of Castellanos and Nwogu and guys like that, I think, can provide some pop. But I think we have a good team. The pitching, honestly, the starting pitching is the thing that scares me the most right now. I don't think we're very good, especially without Mitch Keller, and we'll have to see how he looks once he returns from his arm injury. Never know how that goes in this world. So back to game action here after that Reynolds double. Walls Hayes can't advance him. Ordonez, 2 outs, runner on second. Hit a lot of home runs last year, Ordonez did, but the average was low, and that will be a little pop-up to first. That is caught by Josh Bell, so we're scoreless, heading top second. Ian Happ on a 3-1 count. It's that to center right, and it's caught by Castellanos, the longtime Red, coming over to the NL Central, staying in the Central, but coming over to the Pittsburgh Pirates, as Contreras has the first hit of the game for Chicago. Again, Contreras had a lot of success against Musgrove. I think he hit 375 against him lifetime, or last season, whatever those numbers reflect. And he has a leadoff single. As Chris Bryant, some regression in his older age. He is now 32 years old. And Nico Hoerner, runner on first, 2 away, 0-2 count. And Hoerner Taps at the first. Ordonez not going to be able to make a throw in time. So it's an infield single for Horner. As Diaz will come up. I think I might try to pitch around. A little risky here with 2 runners on. The pitcher spot up next. 2-2. And that one hit towards the gap. Branfield with great range. And he'll go back and make the catch. And we remain scoreless. Heading bottom 2. Nick Castellanos making his Pirates debut. Really good bat. Defense is average against someone we're probably focused on flipping at the deadline. So we're rooting for him to have a good season. So he preserves trade value and he'll work a walk in his first Pirates plate appearance, as Kevin Newman will slap a single in the right. Newman had a down year last year. Castellanos wide turn at second. He'll hold. Runners first and second. Nobody out for the catcher, Barrera. Branfield. Looks like he'll have runners in scoring position for his first plate appearance of his career. He's on deck. 1-0 to Barrera. And that one hit up the middle softly. Castellanos does not have good speed. He will hold. No prompt to send them. I think I would have held him even if I was prompted. And so, how's this for your first MLB at bat? Enrique Branfield, nobody out, bases loaded. Does not have a lot of power, but could we have a first hit grand slam for Branfield, acquired from the Nationals in the O'Neill Cruz deal last year. 1-1 to Branfield, and he will hit that softly to short. Will he beat it out? He will. Infield single with that speed that Branfield has. It's an RBI for Branfield. Pirates take the 1-0 lead. Bases loaded. Still nobody out for the pitcher, Joe Musgrove, just trying to avoid a double play here. 2-2. Infield in, and Musgrove will strike out. No surprise there versus Glass now. Reynolds hit a double. His first at bat. I'd love to see a double again. 1-2 though, he's in the hole. And that one hit hard to second. Will this be 2? And it will. And so Reynolds does what we were trying to avoid with Musgrove, the double play. But the Pirates do get the first run of the game, the first run of the season. Go up 1-0, top third, facing Glass now. Who will put that in play and rope a single up the middle. Musgrove, I think we're thinking about 5 innings today. Even if things are going well, about 80 pitchers or so is probably going to be the max for Musgrove, just because of my own concerns about him. And just early in the season, we don't want to wear out these pitchers' arms. There's a chance to turn 2, and the Pirates will. That is Walls to Newman to Ordonez to erase the Cubs runner. Glass now. And now Nomar Mazzaro will come up. 1-0 count. And Mazzaro, good charge into that one. Deep to right. And it is caught at the track by Castellanos. Musgrove, those home runs, one of his biggest issues, and that problem will not get better as the year goes on, I promise you that. Taylor Walls leading off your bottom 3. That one hit weakly to second, and that's grabbed by Horner, thrown to Bell for out number 1. Brian Hayes, a little disappointing with the bat last year. Just hasn't quite been the superstar we were hoping and thought he would be. There's that one pretty good charge in the center left. That'll be caught by the left fielder Ian Happ. 2 outs, nobody on for Ordonez. Glass now not incredibly sharp so far today, but has danced around trouble, and he will work another clean inning, it appears, as Contreras throws on the Bell. And the Pirates go down in order. We'll head top 4. Pittsburgh still lead Chicago 1-0. Josh Bell leading things off for the Cubbies. And that one hit well to the gap, out towards the notch. Bradfield will have to go back, try to play that notch, having some trouble. And Bell will slide in the second for a lead-off double. Yeah, Bradfield learning about the unique quirks of PNC Park, that notch out there in left center field. As Ian Happ will get hit by the pitch. Happ was hurt, and he's got to come out of the game. So unfortunate for him. As Corey Dickerson, this team is just full of ex-Pirates, apparently. Not exactly the right strategy for a team is to get former Pirates. So Dickerson has not played in the majors since 2021. He was with the PCL minor league team of some sort, Pacific Coast League, last year. 34 years old. He's back in the majors. Kudos to him. So Contreras, who had a single his first at bat against Musgrove. 2 on, nobody out. Musgrove in trouble here in the top of the 4th. And Contreras, that one hit and caught. Nice snag And there by Taylor Walls. That's a big out number one, but dangerous bat here with Chris Bryant. 0-1 count, and Bryant hit that to third. Hayes to Newman to Ordonez, and they turn to, again, the second double play. Turned by the Pirates infield. Pittsburgh holds on to their 1-0 lead. Castellanos drew a walk his first at bat, plate appearance, I should say, versus Tyler Glasnow. And that one hit with the shift on. Well played, well scouted there by Chicago. That was Horner throwing it to Bell. Kevin Newman single his first at bat. Not going to have it here. That one hit pretty hard to short. Quickly 2 away for the Pirates. And Barrera, the catcher, he'll basically be every other day with Jonah Heim, who really impresses me with his on-base percentage, as Barrera does not work too many walks. His on-base percentage was under 300 last year, but he works the walk there for Branfield, who has the only RBI of the game so far. That infield single with the bases loaded his last at bat. A lot of speed, a lot of defense, decent eye, and he will hit that deep in the hole to short, but thrown on the second. Barrera slow, easy play there for the Cubs. It's still 1-0. Heading top 5, and again, this is probably going to be about it for Musgrove for opening day, assuming he can get through this, which we'll see, as he's going to be in trouble just like that. Nico Horner ties the game solo shot to left field. And again, that has always been the issue with Joe Musgrove, and that was the reason why his limit's been about 5 innings. He's due up next inning, so this is going to be it for Musgrove, really, regardless of what happens the rest of the inning. Hopefully he can get through the rest of the inning, I should say, unscathed. A little rusty myself here opening day. As one away here for Glasnow. And that one hit pretty well. Glasnow's got a single and a hard hit out today. So he's, showing that he can play in the NL as well after a couple of years with the AL in their DH. Marte over 2 today. 2-1 count to the shortstop. And that one hit up the middle. That'll get through. Fielded by Branfield in center field. And so Musgrove is trying to get that one last out. He'll have to face Mazzaro. Good speed on the base paths with Marte. And Mazzaro hit that to Walls, who will step on the bag at second. And so the Cubs tie things up with Horner's home run. We'll head bottom 5. Nick Decker will come in to pinch hit for Musgrove. Decker broke with the big league team last year, kind of struggled. Spent the last half of the season in Triple-A. He made the major league roster to at least begin this season as kind of that, outfield bat type off the bench. And Santiago Flores, I should say, will be in the bullpen to relieve Musgrove to start 6th. Decker, 2-1 count. Glasnow still in for the Cubs. And that one hit right at center field. Caught. Route number 1, that's Diaz making the snag. Brian Reynolds, top of the order. He's 1 for 2 today. And make that 1 for 3 as he strikes out. And Taylor Walls. Full count. Payoff pitch from Glasnow. And we'll head top 6. Still tied at 1. Santiago Flores, I gotta say his name right here, will come in to pitch. Good heat, good stuff kind of guy. 2.94 ERA in 52 innings, 47 appearances last year, 8-3 record. Hoping for another good season from him. He'll face Josh Bell to start things. Full count, payoff pitch from Flores. And Bell hits that well to left. That has carry, and it is gone. Josh Bell knows this park well. Hit it to left. And the Cubs take a 2-1 lead here, top of the 6th. So really bad start there for Flores. As Dickerson, who came in for some injury, I forget who the player was who got hurt. And he will be rung up there on another payoff pitch from Flores. So kind of been a labored start for the young reliever. As Contreras hits that to center. Branfield able to make the catch, though, for out number 2. Which will bring up Chris Bryant, 2-2 count. And he strikes out. So Flores allows the home run to Bell. Cubs take the lead. Will go bottom 6. That's going to be it for Flores, by the way. He threw 23 pitches that inning. We'll go with Chris Clark. Allow him to make his major league debut. Cannot talk today, as you guys can tell. Been a long day here. Keep Brian Hayes, though, trying to get things right for the Pirates. Hit to third. He will not, as that is out number 1. I gotta get a new microphone, new setup here. Just not comfortable with this headset that I use. It feels very, very restrictive. As Ordonez grounds out to first, so ground outs to both of the corner infielders so far. Castellanos 0 for 1 with a walk today. And that's going to be a single. It'll skip past second base. Decent shift there, which worked the last time, but Castellanos finds an opening here. So runner on first. 2 outs. Pirates down a run for Kevin Newman. And that one hit well. Will it drop? It will. Castellanos does not have good speed. And again, another wide turn from him, but he'll hold at second. 2 outs, though. I think that's the right decision. As Barrera, 1 for 1 with a walk today. 2-2 count. And he'll strike out looking from Glasnow through the fastball there at 94. And so Chris Clark will come into the game for Pittsburgh. Face Horner, Diaz, and Glasnow in the pitcher spot. Guessing they'll leave Glasnow in, but depends on the situation. Clark traded for him from Minnesota. I forget the exact terms of the deal. Maybe you think for Quinn Priester, I want to say, as he will allow a leadoff double to Horner, who has a home run and a double today. So not a good start here for relievers to begin the inning, as Flores allowed a home run to his first batter, and Clark allows a double to Horner. Diaz coming up, full count, payoff pitch from Clark, and he will strike him out. Maybe that one was inside, got him a chase, will take it. Glasnow staying in for Chicago. See if they want to bunt Horner over. Glasnow does have a single today and a hard hit ground ball. 1-0 count, and another hard hit to second. That's Newman to Ordonez. Runner will advance, move to third. A chance here for the Cubs to extend their lead. Payoff pitch again to Marte, and that one's going to get through, and the Cubs will go up 3-1 as Marte slaps a single in the center field. And Mazzaro, the runner on now, as Clark. The runner will actually go here, and that throw not in time from Barrera. Or no, he is. It was. Wow. Did not think Barrera had a chance to get him, but a really strong throw. I apologize. Underestimated my own catcher. And so the Cubs do get a run, though, and they lead 3-1. Glasnow will stay in. So we'll have to start looking at bullpen options again. We'll go with Jackson Coard. Maybe go with a more veteran type of guy here on opening day. Bradfield, 1-1 count. That one outside, grounded to short for out number 1. And we'll go pinch hit status here again. We'll bring in Jordan and Wogu. Learning first base, good power. See what he can do off the bench. Rule 5 selection of the Mariners, I want to say. As he will pop that up high. And who will have it? It'll be the third baseman, Bryant. 2 away. And as the Pirates offense, that's been the theme in so many of these games. Very uninteresting. As Brian Reynolds will hit a single into left. So both of his hits today have come out towards left field. And that is it for Tyler Glasnow. He goes 6 2/3, allowed 1 run, still responsible for Brian Reynolds. Archie Bradley will come in for Chicago. Was with them last year, an ugly, very crooked ERA of 7.55 after a solid 2023. Looks like he came over from the Dodgers and trade or waiver or something to that effect. Either way, though, try to get after him right now with Taylor Walls. 0-2 count. That one will get away, though, so Reynolds will take second base on the wild pitch. So that'll go on Bradley, not the catcher, Contreras. Walls still behind the count, 1-2. Now it works at full, 3-2. And Walls hits that well and past second baseman. Reynolds will send him. And looks like he got thrown out by the center fielder, Diaz. And so the Pirates take the gamble. It does not pay off, and they still trail 3-1. But I think that was a worthwhile risk. You would think you could score at home plate on a single when you're at second, but not the case, as Jackson Coar will come in for Chris Clark to face Mazzaro, Bell, and Dickerson. So 3 Pirates in a row as Mazzaro hits that to right, and again, just leadoff hits allowed by all the relievers so far. No one's able to work a clean inning today besides Musgrove, I believe. As Josh Bell will come up. Home run today. That one a chance to be a double play, and the Pirates will turn their third double play of the game. And so Corey Dickerson Down in the count 0-2. And that one hit to center. Branfield drifts over to his right, our left, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Pirates down to 6 outs to get 2 runs. Bradley will stay in to face Hayes, Ordonez, and Castellanos. Just 7 pitches for Coar. We'll let him go another inning. And keep Brian Hayes, 3-1 count, and he will work the walk, so that's good to see. Should he run? I don't know if we want to do that. Down 2. We need more than just a run here, obviously. So we're not going to run right now with Ordonez and Castellanos coming up. 2-2. And Ordonez strikes out. That's unfortunate. The first K, I should say, for Bradley. Castellanos trying to do something here. 2-2 count. And that one hit decently to left, but that's going to stay in the yard. Left fielder has it. And it's Dickerson. And so Pirates trying to do something with that leadoff walk that Hayes worked. Kevin Newman, 2 for 3 today. Full count payoff pitch from Bradley, and Newman's going to be 3 for 4. Heck of a day for Kevin Newman as Hayes will scamper to third base. Runners on the corners. PNC Park coming to life a bit here. The Barrera in the game. New pitcher as well, Jonathan O'Reilly. This might be a bit unconventional, bit controversial, but I'm going to go with Jonah Heim as the catcher to replace Barrera as the pinch hitter, just because I think Heim's less likely to strike out here, and Riley's got 80 type stuff. Heim, of course, will be coming as the catcher in the top of the 9th. We also have Logan Gillespie, who could play catcher in a pinch as a reliever, so that gives me more flexibility if Heim gets hurt, can't play for whatever reason, gets ejected, that Gillespie could come in. So there isn't a Brian Reynolds situation where he had to play catcher last year, if you remember that. So Heim, runners on the corners, 2 outs, Pirates down 2. First pitch swinging, it appears for Heim, and he'll hit that softly to left, and that's going to be caught by Dickerson. And so the Pirates again can't do anything with runners in scoring position, and Heim will have to come in as catcher officially. Coar will stay in to face Contreras, Bryant, and Horner. 3-1 from Coar. And that one hit up the middle past Walls in the center field, so a leadoff single. So we should probably get the bullpen working here. We'll get Brad Week, another potential trade candidate when the time comes in July. 2-1, and that one gets away from Heim. It's a wild pitch, though, so it's really probably less on Heim and more on Coar. And so Contreras move up to second base. And Bryant strikes out. Nice job there from Coar. Big out there. And it's Horner with a home run today. Full count, payoff pitch, and the strikeout on Horner. Good job there. A lot of full counts, though, today, as Coar is getting close to the end of his road. Probably, if he can't get recording out here, likely going to turn to Weak. I may get a righty warmed up in case of the righty-lefty matchup here. Get David Bednar warmed up and go ahead and visit the mound as well. Buy some time to get Bednar warmed up. 3-1 Coar falling behind today, and that's just a really bad ball 4 way outside the plate. Riley will stay in. Interesting approach. They obviously want him to close this game out. And so we're going to go ahead and bring in Brad Week, because I don't really trust Coar at the moment. Bednar's not ready yet. So Jonathan O'Reilly has some contact, though. He can hit a little bit. See what happens here. Bases loaded. Just 1 out, too, by the way. It's something I didn't realize. I thought there was 2 for some reason. Infield in. And that one hit. They got to throw home. Pirates will. Newman will get, I should say Heim. Newman to Heim will get the out at home plate. And there's no throw to first, which was kind of surprising. I thought maybe you could get the slow-footed O'Reilly at first for a double play, but got the most important out. So bases loaded, 2 outs now. Pirates got to have it here. And that ball is going to get away. And it's another wild pitch. So don't know if that's something to do with a catcher change or what. Maybe a mistake in hindsight. Barrera's probably not too happy with me about that. And Week will strike out Marte. But the Cubs add another run, go up 4-1. And Pittsburgh's down to the last 3 outs. O'Reilly will stay in the game. Full count to Branfield, as he will work the walk on the full count. Not going to run here, down 3. Obviously not going to have Brad Week hit either, as we will go. Bench is getting pretty thin, basically down to Tyler Frank and Lolo Sanchez, who's less likely to strike out here? It's Frank, so we're going to go with Tyler Frank and really get close to emptying the bench here on opening day. 2-2, and Frank will hit into a double play instead of striking out. Oh, no, he won't, as they can't turn a double play. That's Branfield with a good slide. Good job there for the youngster making his big league debut. And so the Pirates, Brian Reynolds, one out, one on, as he strikes out. So Reynolds, decent start today, but a couple of strikeouts. Taylor Walls, last batter for Pittsburgh, last chance. And Walls hits that well to right. It will fall to feet of the right fielder. Frank will hold at second. So really a chance here still to tie the game. As Key Brian Hayes steps into the batter's box against O'Reilly. 3-1 count. Hayes worked to walk his last at bat, and he will again. So things getting a little interesting. I really hate giving up that wild pitch in the top of the ninth. As Ordonez, this is feast or famine. This is either like strikeout or grand slam, walk it off, everyone goes happy kind of deal. So let's see what happens for Ordonez. Bases loaded, 2 outs, Pirates down 3. 3-1 count. Ordonez pop up on the 3-1. That is caught, and the Cubs will win. They will take opening day 4-1. Taking a look at the box score from opening day, the Cubs win opening day 4-1 over your Pittsburgh Pirates. Cubs 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Pirates 1 run on 10 hits, no errors. A lot of missed opportunities in this one. Pirates took the 1-0 lead, and the Cubs hit a couple of home runs to gain the lead and never give it back. For Pittsburgh, Reynolds, Walls, Newman, all multi-hit type of games. 5 walks, only 5 strikeouts, kind of our MO. For Chicago, it was Nico Hoerner with a great game, 3 for 3, 3 runs, an RBI, and a walk. Josh Bell gets some revenge on his former team. He hit a home run, and Jeffrey Marte did well with an RBI as well. Look at some of the pitching here. Glasnow, pretty solid in his first appearance as a Cub. 6 2/3, 7 hits, only 1 earned, 2 walks, 3 Ks, which is a little light on the strikeouts, but overall pretty happy with that if you're a Cubs fan. Joe Musgrove pitched well. Got to give him credit. 5 innings, 6 hits, only 1 run allowed. That was a home run. Again, his bugaboo bullpen did not do well. Some of the youngsters, Flores, Clark, definitely struggled. Coar did not fare a whole lot better either. And your player of the game was Nico Hoerner, and Ian Happ was the guy who got hurt. Let's see his status. Jam finger, he'll be alright, so no worse for wear there. So we'll pick it up here probably sometime in mid-May, see where the team is at. Again, not expecting a whole lot this season, but we'll see what adventures 2024 has for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.